Hey, welcome back. We're going to move to lesson 2.2 and we're going to learn the next property of equality called the multiplication property of equality. So let me decide here what I'm going to use. I do like this combination. Again, sorry, I should have. All right. And then okay, here we go. How's that for a little spice, huh? All right, the multiplication property of equality. Kind of already seen it, just called it something different. What this property says is that we can take the same non-zero. This doesn't work if we're talking about using the number zero, so it has to be non-zero, okay? And you can multiply it on both sides of the equation, and then the equality is still true. Same thing again. If the equation looks different, but it has the same value, we use this to help us solve. We use this in the undo part of the last lesson. Step 4, where we said undo the coefficient by either multiplying or dividing, that was this property. Okay, so we've already used it. We're just calling it by its correct name. All right? So here we go. How do you like that little chime? Is that good? Did I spice it up for you? All right, same 4 steps, but we're going to be focusing down here, okay? If we have to, we're going to combine like terms. If we have to, we're going to move all variable terms to the same side. If we have to, we're going to move all non-variable terms to the other side by adding the opposite. And then we're going to undo the coefficient in front of the variable by multiplication, division, or sometimes even both. So we're going to have fractions as our coefficient. Here we go. Examples with fractions. Our goal is to solve for x. Make sure you understand the directions. Solve for x. Get x all by itself. We are going to multiply both sides of our equation by the number in the denominator. Why? Because 1/4 is the same as division by 4. Okay? X over 4, I'm going to switch my pen here. X over 4 is equal to 1/4 times x. Okay? All right. So, in example 1, all right, I'm going to multiply both sides by the number in the denominator, 4. And over here, 4. What do I get? 4 in the numerator cancels with 4 in the denominator, so I'm just left with 1x is equal to 3 times 4 is 12. So that means x is equal to 12. If I want to check it, I'm going to take 12 and plug it in for x. And when I'm done, I want it to equal 3. Well, what is 1 times 12? 12. What's 12 divided by 4? 3. So I get 3 equals 3, and it checks. Hit pause, try number 2, come back, see if you got it right. All right, welcome back. Here we go. I want to multiply both sides by the number in my denominator, so I'm going by 2. Those cancel, and I get 1x is equal to negative 12. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. So that means x is equal to negative 12. All right, if I check it, I get 1/2 times negative 12. And I want that to equal negative 6. All right, I'm going to multiply straight across. I get negative 12 over 2. That's negative 6 is equal to negative 6 when I reduce. Okay, number 3. I have x over 7 equals negative 2. Again, it's the same problem, the same type of problem. I'm going to multiply both sides by 7. Both sides by 7. And then It cancels on the left side, so I'm left with x is equal to negative 14. When I plug it in, I get negative 14 over 7 equals negative 2. Negative 2 is equal to negative 2, and it checks. Try number 4 and come back and see if you got it right. Welcome back. 5's in my denominator, so I'm multiplying both sides by 5. T is equal to 15. There's my solution. Now I'm going to check it. 15 divided by 5, I want it to equal 3. What's 15 divided by 5? 3. 3 equals 3, and it checks. Cake, right? Here we go. All right, again, we're solving for x, but notice that in this case, we're going to be dividing both sides. Dividing both sides by the same non-zero number. And then we're going to check the solution. So number 1, I have 25 times x equals 50. Okay? So in order to undo this 25, I have to divide by 25. So that means x is equal to 2. Plug it in and check. And I get 25 times 2 is equal to 50. 25 times 2, 50. 50 equals 50. Just like that. And it checks. Try number 2. Come back, see if you got it right. All right, welcome back. I'm going to divide both sides by 8. And I get x is equal to 20 over 8. I'm going to reduce both sides by top and bottom by 4. And I get 5 over 2. Now I'm going to check it. I get 8 times 5 over 2, and I want it to equal 20. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 equals 20, and it checks. All right. Number 3, again, I'm multiplying 2.1 times x, so to undo that, I have to divide by 2.1. When I do that, I get 6.09 divided by 2.1, and I get 2.9. Plug it in, check it. 2.9 times 2.1 equals 6.09. So it checks. You try number 4, come back and see if you got it right. All right, welcome back. I have negative 0.7x is equal to 5.04. So I don't have to do step 1, step 2, step 3. I just divide by negative 0.7x. Not x, sorry, no x there. And I get x equals 5.04 divided by negative 0.7. I get a negative 7.2. All right, let's move on. Sometimes we're going to have problems that require both multiplication and division, i.e. there is a fraction with a numerator that's not 1. Okay? There's 2 ways to do it. We're going to first talk about the first way. Some of you may prefer this. I'm going to give you the option to do either. I'm probably going to pick option B, but option A is a 2-step process. You're going to first multiply by whatever number is in the denominator. Multiply by whatever number is in the denominator. Then you're going to divide by whatever number is in the numerator. All right? Check it. All right, so here's number 1. 3/5 h equals 6. So step 1 says multiply by whatever number's in the denominator. That's a 5. These cancel, and I end up with 3h is equal to 30. Now I divide by whatever number is in the numerator. I'm going to divide by 3, and that says h is equal to 10. If I check it, I get 3/5 times 10 and that should equal 6. I'm going to cancel the 5 and the 2. 3 times 2, the 5 and the 10, that gives me 2. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 6 equals 6, and it checks. Why don't you hit pause, try number 2, and come back and see if you got the right answer. All right, welcome back. I'm going to first multiply by 3, and I'm left with 2x is equal to negative 36. And then I'm going to divide by 2. X is equal to negative 18. If I plug that in, I get negative 36 over 3. That simplifies to negative 12. All right. More of the same with, this one has a negative with it. So go ahead and pull the negative with it first. So if we have, well, you know what? Let's not. Let's pull the negative with it second. Okay, so let's multiply everything times 3. Okay, so I'm left with negative 2k equals negative 36. Now divide by negative 2. And I get k is equal to a positive 18. That's a positive 18. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. Try number 4 on your own and come back when you're done. Welcome back. I'm going to multiply first by 2. And I get negative 1p is equal to 14. And then I'm going to divide by negative 1. And I get p is equal to negative 14. Can you read that? Anyways, I want to make sure you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to fit 2 pounds of stuff into a 1 pound spot. So p is equal to a negative 14. There's your answer, just like that. Okay? Remember, division or multiplication by a negative 1 is a sign flipper. Flips the sign. Okay, 5. I'm going to multiply by 9, both sides by 9. Okay, and I'm going to move to right here. I get negative 7c is equal to 27 over 5. Now I'm going to divide by negative 7. All right, so now I get c is equal to 27 over 5. Keep, change, flip, times a negative 1/7. Now I'm multiplying top times top, and I get negative 27 over 35. Negative 27 over 35, okay? All right, go ahead and try number 6 on your own and see how it goes. All right, welcome back. I'm going to multiply 6. I'm going to multiply both sides by 7. And I get 3x is equal to, I'm going to cancel as I go, negative 9 over 3. Negative 9 over 3 is negative 3. And then I'm going to divide by 3. And I get x is equal to a negative 1. Okay, here's option B. This is the second way to do it. Option B, this is a one-step process. You're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Do you remember how to make a reciprocal? Keep, change, flip. You're flipping that fraction, all right? So on the first one, these should look really familiar to you. They're the same problems from the other side. I'm just using the different process. I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 3/5. So that is 5/3. So I'm going to multiply by 5/3. 5 cancels, 3 cancels, so I'm left with an H equals 30/3, which is equal to 10. If you look back at the slide before, that's the exact same answer we got. All right? Try number 2 on your own and come back and see if you got it right. Don't just look at the answer and write it down. Work it out using the reciprocal. Welcome back. The reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3/2. The 2's cancels, the 3 cancels. All I have left is an X. And then I have negative 12 times 3 is negative 36/2, and it equals a negative 18. So X equals negative 18. X equals negative 18. On number 3, multiply by the reciprocal, which is you have to keep the sign. So if it's a negative 2/3, multiply by a negative 3/2. So this is negative 3/2. The 3's cancel, the 2's cancel, the negative times the negative becomes a positive. So I get K equals, and I'm doing a negative 3/2. Right? And I can do this. And I get negative 6 times negative 3. I get a positive 18, which is exactly what we got before using the two-step method. Try number 4 and come back and see if you got it right. All right, welcome back. I'm going to multiply both sides by a negative 2/1. My 2's cancel, my 1's cancel, my negative divided by a negative times a negative becomes a positive, and I get 1p is equal to negative 14, which is exactly what we got before. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. Now, the power of this option shows up right here when you're multiplying by 2 fractions together. I'm going to multiply by a negative 9/7. All right, the 9's cancel, the 7's cancel, positive times a positive gives me a negative times a negative gives me a positive. Now, sorry, I'm going to move to the right because I hit the blank screen thing. So now I have 3/5 times a negative 9/7. Okay? I'm multiplying 2 fractions together. I just multiply top times top, negative 27/35. So C equals negative 27/35. That's what we got last time. You try number 6 and come back and see if you get it right. Welcome back. 3/7, the reciprocal of that is 7/3. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 7/3. 7's cancel over here, 3's cancel over here. I'm left with 1x. All right, now I'm going to, the 7 cancels with the 21. That gives me a 3. The 3 cancels, so I'm left with negative 9/9, and that simplifies to negative 1. That equals negative 1. You could do it by further canceling too. Okay. Again, get the same answers, just a different method. All right. Now we might need to combine some terms and then use the property of multiplication property of equality. All right. So I look here and I ask myself, do I need to combine anything on the right-hand side? On the left-hand side? Well, yes, I do, because I have a 5m and a 6m, so that makes 11m. Do I have anything to move away from my variable? No. Now I want to undo my coefficient. This should look very similar. I'm going to divide by 11. And I get m is equal to 3. If I check it, I get 15m plus 18m, and, or not m, 15 plus 18 equals 33. Go ahead and try number 2 on your own. Press the pause button and come back. See if you got it right. Welcome back. I have like terms to combine. I have different signs, so I'm going to take their difference. That means I'm going to subtract. So I get 5r. And then I'm going to check to see what I have the most of. Do I have more positives or more negatives? I definitely have more negatives. So that gives me negative 5r equals 20. And then I'm going to divide by negative 5. Sorry, that r looks really bad. So r is equal to negative 4. Plug it in, you get negative 16 plus 36. Because negative 9 times negative 4 is a positive 36. And that gives you 20. 3 is the same. 2t plus 4t is 6t equals 11. Divide by 6. T is equal to 11, 6. If I check it, I get 22 sixths plus 44 sixths gives me 66 sixths, which is 11. Right? If you need to check it on paper, check it on paper. You would get 22 sixths plus 44 sixths equals 66 sixths, which is 11, and it checks. Okay? All right, on number 4, give it a whirl. You have 3 terms, so pay attention to the signs, all right? Welcome back. 9 minus 5x is 4x plus 1 more x gives me 5x. And then I'm going to divide by 5. So x is equal to a negative 3/5. Okay. We're done! Woohoo! Okay. We're going to spend 2 days on this. I might be optional on this, seeing as we've actually done this undoing process. Try both tomorrow. Give both methods a whirl and see which one you like best. That before you settle in on what you are more comfortable with, because you at this stage of the game you might feel like the reciprocal is a better option for you now. Again, thanks for listening. You're doing a great job with this. Keep going, because I really feel like this is a huge benefit to you. So keep working on this, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks so much.